I'm not so convinced that the role of the tester has changed that much. The tasks have changed to some degree, but I think that a big mess up we've currently got these days in the testing business is that the fundamental role of the tester, which is to examine the product, to explore risk, that role stays consistent. But a lot of the tasks within that role seem to have been diverted away from actual engagement with uh, products and have turned into a kind of a role in which we try to persuade other people what a great idea it might be to test something. And I'm not convinced that that sticks that well because the people that we're talking to on that level are people who have a different bent, a different mindset. The mindset that they have is oriented towards creating things, towards building things. And to some degree, when you're in that frame of thinking and that frame of work, you are to some degree suppressing worries about the possibility of failure. To be a developer, to be a designer, to be a manager is a fundamentally optimistic kind of thing. We're focused on trying to get something done, trying to get something built. And when I'm working on my own code, that's the mindset I'm into. It really, really helps me a lot when someone else looks at that product that I've built and does so with the intention of looking for problems. That's really different because I'm not exactly doing that. I'm looking for ways to make problems go away. I'm less oriented towards finding problems that I might have ignored along the way, that I might not have noticed along the way, or that I might have introduced along the way. And so that fundamental perspective that testers have should have, in my opinion, um, that hasn't changed. The nuts and bolts of performing tests, that has changed to some degree, although again, not as much as I would hope. The deal is that as you're building something, you want to check it, examine the output, examine in little tiny experiments the product that you've got so that you can decide whether you're reasonably close to what you intended to do. That's normal for a developer. And if we're looking at designs or if we're looking at artifacts of some kind, requirements documents, even ideas about the product, it's normal to look at stuff from the perspective of what a great job we're doing so far. The tester's role is to look at whatever we've got in front of us and not to try to make people's troubles go away, but to find trouble wherever we look. What I worry about a little bit is that talk about testing and thinking about testing has been dominated by that kind of mindset wherein we're just checking to confirm that what we've done seems to be reasonably okay, rather than looking for deep, rare, hidden, subtle, intermittent, emergent problems with the thing that we're building. And that requires a shift from the builder's point of view.